Hey, Kyle, I know no one died, and I know you have, perspective on adversity building character and all that, but you've had to endure, three pretty brutal postseason losses now in a pretty short span. How, and obviously, you're going to get critiqued, for this one, fairly or not. Just how, I mean, as you start the process of recovery, does it help to have gone through this? And just how difficult is it emotionally?
It's difficult, but um, that's what you sign up for. You know, yeah, it's hard, and it's I compare it to a fan. Which I usually when I go to fans, I go to my wife because she's the biggest fan of the Niners. And she's so excited with going to the playoffs and all that stuff, and then you lose when you get that close. She's so heartbroken. She's like, God, was it even worth it? This makes it so much worse when you get here. And yeah, it is worth it. I mean, yeah, it's tough. And I think it's tough for a lot of people to deal with, but I feel like I've been dealing with that my whole life, even growing up. My dad went to 3 Super Bowls as an assistant coach with the Broncos, and they got their butts kicked in every one. And I remember watching him after those games. I remember how our family felt after those games. I remember my dad getting fired after losing an AFC championship game. They got an onside kick in Buffalo, had a chance to win it. They fumbled a ball, and they were one fumble short of the Super Bowl. And I remember him coming home the next day and us getting fired and having to move, and it's what you sign up for. And it's also, when you get out of it, it's what you miss. I mean, there's something that's really cool about chasing something as a team and putting yourself out there and going through all the ups and downs. And that's why I feel, we're very fortunate in a situation where we get to go experience stuff that I think not other people get to experience, not many people, because what we get to go through in this sport with the players, the coaches, the John, everybody in this building, it's emotional and it hurts. But it does make you stronger, and it makes you that much more excited for next year, and it makes you want to keep fighting. And especially when you believe in what you're doing, when you believe in it's why you're making decisions, the people who are doing it. You don't believe that you're just getting lucky. You believe you're doing things the right way, and doing things the right way gives you a chance. But the sport is hard, and it comes down to just where the ball bounces a few plays here and there. And I understand that. I have perspective of that. Doesn't mean I accept any of it. I'm gonna keep going for that till I'm not around here anymore. But yeah, it's hard, but you move on because it's time to prepare and go back at it again. And we got a chance to do that. It's going to be a long road, and I'm going to take a couple of weeks before I start going there. But it's what motivates you to keep working.
Kyle, it's a fourth down question. I know you've talked about making those decisions in real time, and you take into account analytics, all that stuff. Just going back to the game on Sunday, when you rewatched the 4th and 2 sequence, did you feel any differently about it in terms of considering going for it there? And given that you guys were 24th in the league, I believe, in fourth down conversion rate, is fourth down going to be something that you take a hard look at in the offseason, maybe as a project?
I mean, we look at everything, so I probably look more at what type of fourth downs those were. Maybe it's short yardage. I mean, if it's 4th and 5, I look at that the same as 3rd and 5. I didn't think we were the best on 3rd down this year, so I'd like to improve in that area. I don't remember where we ended up in short yardage. I don't think that was the best either, but that's 4th down. 4th and 1 is 3rd and 1. 4th and 5 is 3rd and 5. Back to that game. I mean, yeah, when game's over, the result. I can evaluate that. I mean, we lost. So if you got to do anything over, you do everything the opposite because you know what the end result was. But I mean, I have no problems evaluating myself and my decision there. We would have gone for it if we got into inches or a sneak situation. It was 2nd and 1. We called a play on 3rd and 2nd and 1. We lost a yard to get to 3rd and 2. I remember when I called the play, asking the offensive staff, like, hey, if we get inside of a yard, what do you guys like for the 4th down call? We were discussing, I hear their suggestions, and I'm taking it all in. But then we lost half a yard on the 3rd and 2 call. So it got to almost 3rd and 3, and I think you guys saw how those 2 run plays were. They were blowing up the line of scrimmage pretty good, and we also had a lead. I didn't mind changing the field position with a 3-point lead and making them go down there all the way to try to tie it up with a field goal or a touchdown to win. And I strongly feel that was the right decision. Now you lost, So yeah, if I know the future, I'll do everything the opposite. But just the way, the intent and the way we made that decision, I would do that same decision again if I didn't know the end result.
Kyle, after the game, you spoke about a 2nd and 1 play that you said was going to stick with you for a while. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, the 2nd and 1 play was just so big because I thought that's where the game changed. I thought it was the exact type of game we wanted, the type of game we needed it to be. And that drive, I think it was our 3rd to last drive in the 4th quarter, I believe. It was our 3rd to last drive of the game. And we were moving the ball. I think we started inside the 20 and we were moving the ball very well. And I just felt we had them on our heels, and we had a 1st down run on 1st and 10 where we got 9 yards, flipped it, called the same play the next way. Weddle was just on the line of scrimmage, and our receiver wasn't in a position he could block him. So he met the back right in the backfield. So there was no chance to get a yard there, which got us to 3rd and 2. And then the 3rd and 2 call, they blew up, and Juice didn't have a chance to move those. So it's just how quickly everything was going, and we had them on their heels. And the second, I felt very good that running it twice, we would get a yard. But I didn't think we were going to lose one on that 1st down. So I just knew that was a tough one, and just where he was, we weren't able to get to him. So that was a tough one that, affected the game a lot. And then I know exactly what happened to play after it. And then the first play on defense was we had that opportunity to intercept the ball and we didn't. Then the play after that, Stafford made a hell of a play, moving the safety, throwing it down the sideline in the hole, getting about a 30-yard gain. And then we got the personal foul on top of it. And that's when it kind of changed and became the game that we didn't totally want it to be.